We are going to cover a brief understanding of what is this word gratitude. Is it just appreciation when people do something for us? Gratitude is an acknowledgement that something good has happened in our life, that we have received something, whether it's tangible or intangible. Now, when you have gratitude, two things happen. One is you acknowledge the goodness. You acknowledge that there are good things that are happening in my life. Because what happens otherwise is we tend to focus on only the negative. We tend to focus on what's not happening, what we don't have. That's our default setting, right? With gratitude, the first thing that you do is acknowledge that there is something good in my life. It doesn't mean that we don't see the complaints or the issues or the problems that are there. It just means that we have a more balanced view of life this way. Rather than seeing only the negatives, now we are seeing the positives as well. So it gives us a holistic, fair view of life. The second thing that happens is we acknowledge that this goodness has come from a source outside ourselves. It could be either another person, another being, maybe nature, or maybe even a higher power. We accept that we have been bestowed with gifts, with either tangible or intangible, but gifts nonetheless. And that in itself makes us feel like something else is working toward our well-being. Something else is supporting us. So we stop the feeling of victimization, we stop the feeling of helplessness when we experience gratitude. Now, gratitude has several benefits. Let's look at three categories where gratitude helps. The first one being physical. Having a gratitude mindset literally helps you improve your physical well-being. It improves your immune system. It helps you recover more easily. It lowers your blood pressure. It also helps you get rid of pains and aches that you experience on a daily basis. Research has also shown that gratitude can elongate your sleep, so you sleep better and longer and wake up feeling refreshed. Let's look at the second category, which is psychological. Gratitude can reduce your stress and anxiety. It can give you a more positive outlook to the world. It can make you feel happier because you're looking at what all you have. It can bring a sense of joy, of pleasure, of fulfillment. It can change your whole perspective of how you see situations, people, or things around you. Third aspect or third category is social. When you practice gratitude, you invariably are recognizing that there are others who are supporting you, giving you something, giving you tangible, intangible gifts. And this in turn makes you a more empathetic, compassionate, considerate human being. You're able to build trust and you're able to build healthy relationship with others because you yourself feel benefited and hence you're able to benefit others. It also reduces the feeling of isolation. It reduces the feeling of loneliness because you are able to create emotional connect with others, emotional bonds with others. Gratitude is shown to have links with various elements of well-being. When you start practicing gratitude, it helps you become a more positive, more lively, more happy, more fulfilled human being. The root cause of all our trouble usually is that we only and only focus on negative. We only see the pain, we only see the hopelessness, and then we feel pessimistic. We feel like life is not worth living, like the world is all bad, everybody is out to get me. But when you start practicing gratitude, when you start realizing all the gifts that have been bestowed upon you, you start realizing how lucky you are, how great your life is, how beautiful are all those aspects that have been bestowed upon you, that have been gifted to you. You start appreciating yourself and you start appreciating everybody around you. It could be gratitude towards a person who has helped you, benefit-driven gratitude, or it could even be general gratitude, just generally being thankful for everything that you have received, for the ground we stand on, for the air we breathe. There's so many things that we tend to take for granted. It's funny, isn't it? We tend to feel like people take us for granted without recognizing and realizing that there are so many beautiful things that we take for granted, so many benefits which we never even look at. So come, let's together practice gratitude. Gratitude has immense potential, and can you imagine it actually changes the way your brain functions, the way your brain is. It can literally rewire your brain, and hence it's no surprise that gratitude can create happiness, can change your personality, your persona, how you behave, and the fulfillment that you feel in your life. So let's look at the ways gratitude actually affects our brain. First, Gratitude helps in release of dopamine. When we feel gratitude, there is a release of dopamine in our brain, which is a happiness hormone. It gives us a sense of pleasure. It gives us a sense of motivation. It's the brain's reward system. So gratitude helps us feel happier, more motivated, and it helps us feel that sense of pleasure, of accomplishment. Dopamine is the same hormone that gets released when we accomplish or fulfill a task. That satisfaction that you get after finishing your to-do list or finishing a chore. That's the same satisfaction you get after you experience gratitude. Whether it's a fleeting moment of gratitude or it's a personality trait. Imagine if it's a personality trait, that much more dopamine is released. Second, gratitude also releases serotonin. Serotonin is also a happiness hormone. This hormone helps us feel more relaxed, more calm. It's a mood stabilizer. When you experience gratitude, your brain releases serotonin. Now imagine if you're experiencing gratitude, say as a daily practice, or you have adopted a life of gratitude. You change your perspective. There is a surge of serotonin in your brain. You are going to be more relaxed and calm, more focused, more stress-free. Serotonin also helps combat the effects of stress and anxiety. So no matter what you're facing in your life, if you are grateful, you are going to be calm and objective, feel relaxed, and will be able to deal with whatever crisis is in front of you. You won't be impulsive. You will have a very calculated, very calm demeanor. Third, the activity in medial prefrontal cortex. Now, this part of the brain is associated with decision making. And research has shown that when you express gratitude, this part of your brain actually gets activated. It's also shown a comparison between those people who express gratitude and those who feel it but don't express it. And we've seen that when you express gratitude, the activation is much more than when you do not express this. Can gratitude actually make you happier? Well, researchers of positive psychology have found that gratitude and happiness often are strongly correlated. When you feel gratitude, you're able to feel more positive emotions and you're able to feel them more fully. So let's look at some of the aspects. Firstly, gratitude enhances your positive emotions. When you're thankful for something, you're thankful for what you have received, you feel a set of emotions like happiness, fulfillment, pleasure, feeling like your needs have been met. This enhances your experience and can actually make you feel happier. The second is that gratitude blocks negative emotions. Those emotions of envy and jealousy and resentment, you don't feel those when you're feeling gratitude. The reason is they are basically clashing. You can't envy somebody and feel gratitude at the same time. Because when you're feeling gratitude, it essentially means you've recognized that you have something. And hence, you can't envy or resent others for having something that you don't. You don't think about not having because you have changed your perspective and thought about what you do have. And hence, gratitude tends to block these negative emotions, which usually come over happiness or are the main reasons why we're not feeling happy, or they kind of take away from our happiness. Third, people who practice gratitude are also more resistant to stress. Studies have shown that even in the face of adversity, people who experience or practice gratitude are able to recover from this adversity emotionally and mentally faster than those who do not practice gratitude. There is a sense of well-being when you're practicing gratitude. And this adds to your feeling of happiness. Point 4, grateful people have a higher self-worth. When we're feeling grateful or we practice gratitude, we essentially recognize that there are several people around us, or there is a higher power, or there's nature that has helped us, that has provided for us, that has given us some kind of a benefit, some kind of a materialistic or non-materialistic aspect. And this in itself makes us feel happier, makes us feel more fulfilled, makes us feel more positive towards life. It gives us a sense of value, that somebody else values us, and hence improves our own value in our eyes, our own self-worth. And what better aspect of happiness than self-worth? We've covered many times before, self-worth is equal to happiness. If we feel like we deserve it, if we feel confident from within, we will end up feeling happy as well, fulfilled as well.